In the wake of the laser's blinding light, everything changed. The familiar world that once cradled their dreams and fears fell away like ash in the wind, replaced by a nightmarish realm where shadows whispered secrets and danger lurked at every corner. Jason, Jacob, and Bria had been mere spectators of innovation, but now they were unwilling players in a twisted game, thrust into a reality that bore little resemblance to the lives they once led. They had been reborn, but not in the way they had imagined. No longer were they the architects of their own destinies. Instead, they found themselves bound to a fate woven by the hands of fate itself. Each heartbeat echoed the pulse of this new world, with fear and uncertainty as they grappled with their newfound identities. The heroics they had once daydreamed about now felt grotesque and unrecognizable, a far cry from the ideals they had clung to. In this landscape of desolation, a villain emerged, a monstrous reflection of their deepest fears. His laughter was a sinister melody that haunted their every step, a reminder of the darkness that had claimed their lives. But why? Why had they been chosen for this fight? What sins had they committed to deserve such a fate? The answers danced just out of reach, shrouded in a fog of confusion and desperation. With every clash of wills, they felt the weight of the world pressing down upon them, the enormity of their task growing heavier. The villain's motives were a riddle, his intentions twisted and cryptic. Each encounter left them more bewildered than the last. A relentless spiral of questions with no answers. What power did he hold over them? Why did they have to face him? And yet, in this terrifying new reality, they discovered something profound. The laser had not just transported them to a different realm, it had stripped away the illusions of their previous lives, revealing the raw, unyielding truth beneath. In the face of terror, they found a flicker of resolve, a burgeoning strength that arose from the ashes of their confusion. They were not merely victims of circumstance. They were warriors, forged in the crucible of fear and uncertainty. With each battle against this villain, they faced not just an enemy, but the echoes of their own self-doubts and regrets. The struggle was not merely against the monster that haunted their world, but against the shadows that whispered, "You are not enough." Each step they took, each fight they will engage in, became a declaration of defiance, a refusal to surrender to despair. As our heroes navigated this treacherous landscape, they began to understand the world they now inhabited was not a punishment, but a crucible of transformation. They would fight not only for survival, but for the chance to reclaim their identities and forge a new path. They would seek truth behind the darkness that had consumed them, unraveling the twisted threads of fate that bound them to this villain somehow. In this terrifying journey, they would not falter. With hearts ignited by purpose, they would rise against the storm, determined to confront whatever lay ahead. For in the depths of fear, they discovered the essence of what it meant to be reborn, to rise, to fight, and to reclaim their own destinies in a world that had sought to break them. And then the screen would go black, and it would open up back into the garage. And as you know, the villain had already spoken, and you had all turned your heads. Draven had come out of the closet that he was in, or his little room, I guess you should say. And this is how we will set the scene. The garage,
Sorry, Mom.
the garage rattles with the sound of the villain's approach. But this time, it's not just his footsteps or his menacing laugh that reverberates around through the metallic walls. A low, bone-chilling growl fills the air, accompanied by the eerie squelching of something massive inching itself toward them. And then you all see it. As you turn,
demonstrate the sound.
I can't do squelching. I tried earlier. It didn't.
That's
I
disgusting.
can, but you won't be able to hear it.
Don't have a filter for that.
Imagine. As you all turn your heads towards the garage door at the opening that you would see through, you would see emerging from the shadows of the lunar landscape is not a machine, but a monstrous creature, a skeletal beast with glowing red eyes set deep into its hollow skull. Its frame is enormous, made of exposed bone with twisted, shifting tendrils extending from its body like grotesque limbs. At the end of these wreathing tentacles, the glow of lasers flickers ominously, ready to tear through anything in their path. The villain sits on the shoulder of the beast, his red cloak billowing into the thin lunar air, the clownish half of his face twisting into a sinister grin, and his cyborg eye glows brighter, syncing with the creature as it moves in unnatural, jerky motions, and the mechanical tendrils scanning for targets. The villain's snake-like tongue flicks out with sadistic glee as he grips onto the back of what would be the neck of his nightmarish steed. And you guys on the inside, you would feel the air inside the garage. It would feel heavy, charged with a sudden, unnerving presence of danger. The moment the villain's silhouette appears at the edge of the garage, everything shifts. A low, guttural laugh echoes through the structure, bouncing off the walls like a threat made tangible. He's found you. There's no time to think. No time to plan. What do you do?
If I'd have known you were coming, Billstream, I'd have, put the party hats and the balloons and the cake, and we'd have a party.
I want you to know he is like just outside to where you've seen him come up. He jumps off of this. This thing is massive. Like, it is probably as big as a pretty large building. He jumps down and you would see his silhouette come through. Reminder that you have the bikes behind you, and looking at everybody roll a group perception check.
18.
Oh, there we go.
18.
24.
24.
God damn.
20, but not nat 20.
Okay. Zach?
8.
Okay. It's a good thing it was a group one, eh? As you guys look out and you actually come into...
There you go.
As you look and scan this monstrosity in front of you, you would know you alone as individuals would stand zero chance, especially with the time you were having with just Veilstrain. You would know that there is not a very good chance of success if you stay.
So I would like to do like a persuasion check to be like, hey, what's that behind you?
I was just going to go shut the door and tell them, hey, it's a surprise party. Just give us a second.
And you, James, you do that.
I like your idea better.
Bajorn, you will walk up to the garage door and you will click the button on it as it will slowly begin to shut. And you will say, this is actually a surprise party. Nobody else, please. And it will shut to the ground and hiss as it locks. And then, Jason, what were you going to do?
I was just going to, before the door is shut, and be like, hey, what's that behind you? And, do like a persuasion check to make them look around or look behind them, and then get on top of the bikes and then right off.
Yeah, I would say he could. By this point, he's probably 15 feet from the door. I think if you talk loud enough, you could maybe get him. Roll it. See what happens.
All right.
He has not said a word after what he said last session, where he said
14.
With a 14. What do you say?
Hey, look behind you. I think there's something that you missed behind you guys. You might be interested in that. go take a hike.
Look at
real quick.
pterodactyl.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Orvis's accent has turned Caucasian American.
Time out. Fuck.
Roll it back.
Hey, fuck. Oi. I can't do it now. I can't do it.
Oi, what's that over there?
My name's
I like
Orvis
the
Fox.
hillbilly back.
Hi, behind you.
There you go.
There's something that you guys missed. Like Bjorn said, there's a secret party. Get out of here.
As you say this, you wouldn't see this, but Velstrain would stop walking, and he would look left and right, and then turn around back to the creature. The creature would look at him, and it would be a subtle acceptance of, huh?
They're both just like,
Oh,
Yeah. Yep.
oh.
So it worked.
Woohoo.
Now what?
And then
Now what?
let's ride.
Yep, I'm gonna turn around and jump on my bike and go.
What's everybody else doing?
does that mean we have to open the door back up or?
No,
No,
we
it's
got
okay, I'll take
guns
care of
on the thing for a reason.
The garage door will need to be open, but
No, it won't.
it doesn't.
Nope.
No.
I would say, okay, fair enough. I was gonna say it would have like an automatic opening system, but you can bash through it.
No.
Yeah, you fucking murder hobos.
Yep.
Anyway,
You know how we are.
It's my shop.
that's true. It is.
He's like, I can just replace the door later if we come
No,
back. It's fine.
actually, I have
Yep.
I have a way better idea. So
Oh, this Brock is here.
Well, if
So-
we're getting on our bikes, then we'll need to know, right? Everyone's loading up,
So
heading out.
you all begin shuffling towards the bikes,
Mhm.
so to speak. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So, and in the meantime, I've walked out of my little back room area that I had and saw James or Bjorn shutting the door, and I just looked dumbfounded. I'm like, well, it makes it really hard to leave. No, if you just close us in here, but that's okay. I forgive you. And in the meantime, I'm going to bash out a side door and go, don't worry, I was going to make this anyway. And just whack a fucking giant hole in the back of the house, opposite side of the
Now you have a drive-through
the
garage.
giant creature outside. So
Okay. I love it. So, without hesitation, you guys scramble for the hover bikes. No need for words. The urgency is clear. You can now hear Veilstrain's footsteps, slow and deliberate, mocking as he has began closing in again. The garage door ahead is starting to flicker, the faint blue glow of force fields shimmering, and outside, the barren mood stretches out in front of them. A dangerous but viable escape. Draven jumps onto the first hover cycle. Whenever you, just so you know, whenever you jump onto the hover cycle, it will automatically take what is in your mind of what it should look like appearance-wise, and it will go through, and once you touch the handles, the bike will automatically begin to change.
perfect.
So what does yours look like?
So I'm gonna have a like Tron cycle kind of style, but think all black with like sky blue wheels.
Okay.
And then for weapons and defense, I will have front and back facing guns like the Batmobile motorcycle.
Okay. I like
So
it.
it'll be omnidirectional functional if I have enough momentum to change my face, like he does in the movies with the Batmobile. So little more flexible than a Tron bike when it runs into a wall. So
Perfect. Fingers instinctively on the control panel you go, and the machine hums to life, hovering inches off the floor. Whenever it comes off the floor, the wheels, once vertical like they usually are, will flip horizontal, and you will begin hovering off the ground. But there is no time for acclamation. Bjorn, swings a leg over a nearby cycle, adrenaline fueling his emotion. What does yours look like?
Mine's gonna have a hood ornament. It'll be bougie.
Okay.
It's gonna be like a lion on the front of it. It's gonna be like a purplish blue pearlescent color. Kind of like the background you got now going on.
Okay.
And then on the back for defense, it's gonna have a titanium alloy type shield that comes up from the back end of it. So that way it shields the rider.
Okay.
And then it's gonna have some sort of guns coming out of like where the headlights would be.
Perfect. I love it. As the engine pulses with a low, steady hum, your wheels also turn horizontal and you begin to hover off the ground. Orvis, looking over his shoulder as he dons his cycle. What does yours look like?
So mine's just gonna look like a normal, sports bike. But it's gonna be black, red, with a little bit of white inside of it, and it's gonna have tubes just like going like on the sides, and it's gonna have like a reddish tint looking type of liquid just flowing through, so it's kind of lit up as well. It's gonna have speakers in the front playing California Girls by Katy Perry, just bumping.
Damn, I should have had Party in the USA.
Yeah, I did.
On the front, it's going to be two what looks like miniguns.
Okay.
Ready to go. And then with a flick of a switch or like one of the switches, a force field is going to be like on the back if I need it to be to protect me from bullets or random objects flying behind me.
Perfect.
And another button, just in case, it's going to throw out confetti to distract everybody.
Bro.
I love that.
Yeah. What's funny is I already thought about that earlier and I was getting ready to incorporate it until you fucking said something. Bastard.
In your cycle, wheels turn horizontal and you begin to hover off the ground. Dracana, right?
Yes.
Yes. Their heart.
He's been practicing all day, in case
I
anybody
bet he
wondered.
has.
I really have it. Dracana, your heart pounding in your chest. You feel the controls buzz to life under your grip. Cold, metallic. But what does it look like?
Mine is going to be all flat black, except for with like where chrome accents would be. It's going to be like a purple chrome.
I knew that was coming.
And then it'll have purple lighted wheel spokes. And there'd be like a bunch of little like mushroom decor that kind of stick out like a cabinet knob or something, but just kind of off the bike. And they're actually lasers and they shoot a purple stream.
Okay.
And then I'll have one big mushroom like in the front, like where the windshield would be. And that is going to be my vortex cannon.
Vibes. I like it. I like it.
I think that's all I got.
And your bike will ascend into the air as well. As you all begin, other than Draven, obviously, since he lives in the game, you will all feel very familiar with these bikes. Like a muscle memory that you didn't really know you had. As you don these and you begin to maneuver them to the garage as you approach the gigantic hole that Draven has blown into the fucking side of the garage. As you do this, you hear Veilstrain. You can run. And as he hisses this, his voice cuts through the tense air like a blade. But you can't hide in my world. And with a flick of his wrist, the lights in the garage flicker wildly, as though the very structure is under his control. The doors tremble. Outside, you will all go. The lunar landscape stretches out before you, gray, cratered, vast. But between you and escape, the villain's shadow looms larger, his snake-like tongue darting out as he steps into the doorway of the garage as he blows it off of its hinges. Orvis, you look back for just a second too long, and you see the villain's hands spark with a power, a crackling red energy, like some digital virus, threatening to reach out and seize you at any moment. There is no doubt in your mind that he's going to try and drag you back. All of you back. Like his little toys. It's his game. His world. And it's time for you guys to act now. And in a desperate surge... Also, I want to know the order you guys are going out in. Who's out first?
Me. I'll go out first.
Draven?
I'll go out second.
Draven, Orvis.
Me next.
I'll go last.
Okay.
You don't put the bitch at the back.
Draven.
Oh, we just
Hold on.
did.
No. That's crazy.
Go!
Alright. And that will be your order. You will be in that specific line out the door. So in a desperate surge, the first hover cycle revs up. Its anti-gravity engine roaring to full power. Dust and metallic debris scatter into the air as the cycle zooms forward, rocketing out of the garage and into the open moon landscape. The other three of you follow close behind, the whine of your engines filling the air as you kick off the ground, barely dodging the villain's virus attack that Orvis was witnessing. The transition from the sterile confines of the garage to the unforgiving lunar surface is very jarring. It's completely different. You didn't realize how much the atmosphere had changed when you walked in earlier. And the moment that you burst out, you feel the weightlessness, the eerie silence of the moon, punctuated only by the slight hum of your cycles. Dust kicks up behind them, forming clouds that billow almost in like slow motion due to this world's interesting gravity. As you are going, the lunar landscape, or the lunar surface, will sprawl out in every direction. Cold and desolate, jagged rocks and deep craters will dot the terrain, forcing you to swerve and dodge as you push your cycles to their limit. The low gravity allows you to glide over obstacles with relative ease, but every second counts, because the gigantic monster, as you guys will turn over your shoulder to check, it is back up and running with Veilstrain on its shoulder, and it is gaining on you. Its long, grotesque limbs covering ground faster than any machine. And behind you, you hear Veilstrain begin cackling maniacally as the creature he rides thunders forwards, its massive skeletal feet crunching the lunar soil as it lifts off the ground and begins hovering almost. And remember, this creature is insanely enormous. The tentacles whip through the air like serpents, each one aiming its lasers at you. Red beams scorch the ground around you, steering the lunar dust and leaving craters in your wake. One of the tentacles strikes a nearby rock formation, shattering it into fragments that pelt you as you speed forward. Veilstrain will urge the skeleton forward, closing the gap on you. And who's in the back? Bjorn?
Bjorn.
Okay. You will look back and you will look back just in time to see the creature almost rear forward and begin to poise itself to strike. The Velstrain's eyes will glint with triumph as his hand is raised, as the tentacle will lash out again, its lasers charging. You can't escape me, he echoes. In your mind, almost, it feels, the words somehow bypassing the thin air of the moon, as if the very game world itself is bending to his will. The creature's shadow looms larger over them as its shadow is almost right on top of you, darkening the ground with a sense of impending doom. Just as the tentacles fire, Bajorn, you veer hard to the right, narrowly dodging a laser blast that cuts incredibly right through a nearby boulder, turning it into molten shards. Dracana, you swerve to avoid a deep crater, almost spinning out of control, but you manage to right itself just in time. And I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Oh man.
As you will remember, you are on your cycles. I didn't want to AI everybody's cycles because that would have been miserable. So this is what
Draggers are out there.
What?
Aren't those draggers?
Those are draggers.
There's fucking 3 of those bastards.
There are, and you didn't even have to fight the singular one in the last one.
Boy.
As you are here, this is kind of the order you left. The terrain is rough, but your cycles are fairly good. Each space is like 100 feet, or I'm sorry, 50 feet. And that way you guys don't get confused that it's 10 feet, since it usually is.
So each block is 50 feet.
Each block is 50 feet. And I believe your cycles have 140. You can just make it 50. I don't know why I put 40. But this is kind of what you see as you're on the lunar landscape. You will have what looks like a not man-made lake, but whatever beings live there, you felt would have made this lake. The top left circle is not, it's mostly what you would consider like a crop circle. It's not like a building or anything like that. But everything else, you can notice that there's mountains and shit like that. So this thing next to Draven, that has height to it, so you would not be able to just ride over it. Each of these mountains will have a different height. You will just have to ask, and I will tell you.
And so you say the crop circles, are they like etched in the ground, like dug in?
Yeah,
or...
you would think that like somebody took almost like a tiller and like tilled it all out. But remember, you're hovering off the ground, so it's not really gonna matter. What do you want to do?
Who's going first?
You are.
Okay. So where am I? I'm right here.
And remember that Veil Strain is on the front creature's shoulder. You just can't stack tokens.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go down one. So down, and then go to the left.
Yeah, you're at the
And-
base of this mountain.
Okay. And then go down one more.
Okay.
But like, so, boom, and like I'm facing towards, I guess, the big creature.
Okay.
And then I just want to attack with my miniguns, basically. But they shoot like little laser beams. Or I guess lunar lasers.
Yeah.
So I get a +4 to hit. So I roll a d20.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to do some math with your attacks. You're not gonna be able to do that in D&D Beyond. You'll be able to roll dice, but you won't have modifiers that will automatically do it for you.
15.
A 15 misses.
Damn.
So kind of explain your thought process as you were moving.
So, which way are we going? Are we going like
So
horizontally?
you guys are moved towards the top left part. That was the direction you were going, kind of
Okay.
towards the crop
So-
circles.
I'm just gonna, as I'm doing, I'm just gonna go to the left to go down, and then I'm gonna go right, and then I'm gonna go left again, but like slide.
Okay.
To like face them, like drift kind of thing.
Mhm.
And then I'm just gonna push a button to just try to shoot my laser beams at it and see if I can hit or not.
And you do so as you turn away from the line you were going in. You dodge right, you dodge left, you end, and you skid, drifting into the path of this beast as you push the button on your cycle as two lasers fly through the air, as you really miscalculated how much accuracy you needed to focus on with this cycle, as both beams hit wide left, crashing into the mountain as it spews rubble, crashing behind the monsters. And it will move to Jacob.
So can these bikes like hover over water, particularly?
You are off the ground.
Okay. So I'm gonna go, I guess, up one, and then to the left one. So basically, I'm gonna go to my right and then my left.
Okay.
I will actually stay where I'm at. I won't do anything initially.
Perfect. And you will take the ready action. What was going through your thought process as you moved to this?
I know that the dragger can like go underground,
Mhm.
you know, and as I'm moving and as I can hover over water because, well, my tires are, and I just want to know if the dragger can go in water, like tunnel itself through water.
Okay.
Because you said it's made out of machine, right?
It is.
Well, let's see how much of a machine it is.
I like it. And with that, Draven.
So I want to basically going to have my bike in a position so that I'm stationary-ish, like I'm just kind of drifting along.
Mhm.
And I want to look back and see if I can spot any kind of extra details or weaknesses or maybe even like blind spots to this creature.
Roll perception check.
Perception or investigation? I thought it would be an investigation check.
Either one would do. I would say, since you're not going right up on it and literally investigating,
Okay, perception. I mean, that's fine.
either one will work. Whatever.
10. Or, well, what were you going to say?
I was gonna say roll whatever one you're more proficient in.
Oh. Okay. It doesn't matter. 10.
With the 10, you slow your bike to a slow hover. Are you turning your bike around, or are you staying?
No. Yeah. Just like turning my head.
You're just turning your head. As you look over your left shoulder and you begin to scan, you only notice that as it is flying, you notice that the tendrils are moving in what looks like no rhyme or reason manner. As you look even closer, you will notice that at the end of the tentacles, it almost appears, you're not certain though, that they're glowing brighter and brighter.
Okay. Well, then I am also just gonna take a standard lunar laser range attack.
Okay. So you're turning your bike around?
Well, I have cannons on the rear.
Okay.
So.
Roll to hit.
This game's fucked.
Someone's not rolling tonight.
No, I'm so over it already. Nat 1, baby. We
Damn, dude.
on my hit. So
With a nat 1, you will stop and you will begin to scan as your laser will rise up in the back. You will look at your dashboard as it's almost like a rear view camera aiming style. It almost malfunctions as you push the button, and your bike suddenly jerks as the laser shoots out and hits the base of the mountain right next to you as it explodes and blows you back. I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw. Actually, I lied. I need you to roll, what is it, a crash check? I need you to roll a crash check.
2.
As it explodes next to the mountain, the rubble and rocks that blow back against you, one will hit you right on the top of the head as it will blow you off your bike, as you will take 2 points of bludgeoning damage. And you will be knocked off your bike. You're not prone, but you are off your bike at this moment. Your bike is still hovering next to you, but you are off to the right side of the bike. And it will go to Bria. That's rough, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, I think I am.
Also, I would like to mention, sorry to interrupt you. You can use any one-handed weapon, and you can use any spells that would be able to use one hand as well.
I think I'm going
I'll be right back as well.
to use. Let's see. I would like to move 3 kind of like northeast. The other way good.
Oh, northeast. I'm sorry.
That was a lot more than 3 blocks, wasn't it? I guess you're going on diagonals.
1,
I didn't want to
2, 3.
go back. Right. Yeah, right there.
Okay.
And then, let's see. That puts me 250 away from this thing. Roughly.
50, 100, 150. I would say like 200
2-ish?
feet.
Okay, well, it's okay because my lunar lasers are 320 feet. So
Mhm.
I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Okay.
So I need to roll my d20 for a hit. So I got a 16 plus 4, so 20 to hit.
A 20 will hit.
Okay. And then a d10. 7 damage.
7 damage. All right, well, explain why you moved and what happened.
Well, I got left up front and center there, so I'm gonna move out of the way so I'm not just a direct target, still straight in its path.
Okay.
And I figure start knocking the front one down because he's got Veil Strain on him.
You do so. As you realize that you were in a very comparable position, you maneuver yourself up to the right. You spin your bike around as your lasers begin to lock, and you look down at your control panel. You are very confident in your character's skin, unlike you would be in your human form. As the laser begins to rev up, a purple pulse will begin radiating from the front of your bike, and it fires, hitting this creature in the right shoulder and then into the middle of its sternum. As it's flying towards you, it will almost stop flying for a second as it takes this damage, but it does not look to have affected it very much, as it will do 7 points of damage.
I'm just pissing it off.
And then it will be the giant creature's turn. Veilstrain will be up on top of its shoulder. Well, that wasn't very effective, now was it? And it will begin to move up and to the left. By the way, the creature's token is so big because it's enormous.
Ginormous.
It's fucking massive.
As Veilstrain said this and begins to move up to Orvis, he will begin to attempt to grab you, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
18.
An 18. Okay. The monstrosity in front of you creeps and has gained way more distance than you thought it could, as it is right on top of you now. It will take one of its tentacles and it will whip down. And what's your AC?
14. Or are you going off like Lunar Speedster AC, or are we doing my AC?
Lunar Speedster.
So 13 is going to be my AC.
13. Well, I rolled a 13. So
I'll go fuck myself.
this creature will bring its tentacle down as it whips down, and it will grab around you, and it will feel like your skin is melting off almost. You, however, will take your speedster and you will rip the throttle as you will begin to speed, and you will turn your your speedster away as you will rip out of the tentacle's grasp, but your neck is on fire and you will take 7 points of fire damage.
God damn.
You're lucky you succeeded.
I mean, yeah, I'll take it.
It's
Oh,
better
fuck.
than taking 2 damage from your own shot.
It's true. As this creature attacks Orvis and he rips out of its grasp, the creature will make the most grotesque squelching noise that rings across into your ears, almost making you want to cover them. And then the 3 draggers behind them will all immediately sink into the ground and they will begin moving.
You're digging, correct?
Yeah, so the 3 draggers have now sunk into the ground. You cannot see them. That is just where they are right now is their last known location.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, I like to say go big or go home. But I would like, I just want to talk to him.
The barbarian
what's
wanting to
the devil
talk
doesn't
is
do?
crazy.
Like, I want to talk, but then again, I'm just like, fuck yeah, I'm going balls deep. So I'm gonna fucking blare my music. California girls were undeniable, fine, fresh, fierce. And as soon as it said fierce, I just fucking gun it, pop a wheelie, and I'm just gonna get within 15 feet, and I'm gonna fucking vortex cannon this motherfucker, or 10-2, as I'm playing fucking Katy Perry.
All right. Fucking roll to hit.
Okay.
All-
Okay.
Also, just so you know, this is a cylinder that is... I said 15 feet, but I meant 50 feet. Or I'm sorry, 100 feet. 150 feet. Holy fuck my words. 150
Okay.
feet. So it is 150 feet long cylinder. So it's going to like be this long. It'll be this long, sorry.
I don't think you know how cylinders work.
I only have a fucking rectangle, my guy.
Okay, so with that new information, I'm going to go
God,
back. Um,
I
To
just
the
realized I
left.
made a typo. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go to the
Another
left
one?
twice.
Oh, bro, what? Hold on.
So as it's going, I'm gonna, start playing some Katy Perry.
Right.
I'm gonna do a complete 180, pop a wheelie, get some distance, drop my foot to turn back around, and then I'm just gonna charge my vortex cannon and just try to hit.
Roll the hit.
Come on, baby, don't fail me now. Give me a big number.
Remember, it's a -2 to hit as well.
16.
16 misses.
God damn it.
As you drive back, you spin your vehicle around, you pop a wheelie as Katy Perry is just blaring in your fucking ear, and you hit the big generic red button that pops up in the center console. You press it and it expands. Your whole bike hovers 10 feet higher than it was, and it begins to, an immense blue circle begins circling in front of your bike over and over for about 3 seconds. It does this, and then as the largest blast you have ever seen blows out of your bike, but you did not take into consideration the recoil that was going to happen through this, and your bike does almost a whole 180, except it's here. You are looking straight up in the air as the blaster blasts straight up into the air, and I need you to roll a crash check.
Fuck. Well, that's a nat 1. Plus dex. Lovely. So 3.
No. It's
Yeah.
so a nat 1 is the same thing as a nat 20. Your modifiers don't count.
So 3 plus get fucked. Just let me say the number out loud.
God damn it.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Maybe I was misunderstanding. What did you roll a
right.
nat 1 on?
On a saving throw.
Yikes. Yikes.
So
Goodbye, Orbis Bractus.
as your bike begins to shoot this blast and rears up like a horse without reins, you lose your grip on your bike, and you are hands-free as you begin to tumble backwards off the back. You are falling 10 feet, and you slam onto your back onto the ground as you are looking up, as your bike is coming back down and descending fairly quickly. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Another one?
Could I do a strength? What if I want to try to catch it?
Okay, do a strength.
10.
10. With a 10, you will watch as your bike is descending down on you, and you will bring your arm up and you will attempt to catch it. Instead of catching it, it will bounce off of your hand and it will land down. It will be, the bike will be on its side, still powered, but laying on its side, and you will take 3 points of damage. Bludgeoning damage.
Damn.
You will all also notice that where the draggers left, you will see the dirt in the landscape below you, the movement of their trail, and you see their tails getting closer. And that will go to Jacob.
So let's try this again. I am going to stay where I'm at, and I am going to focus on the far right dragger its tail,
Okay.
and I'm going to attack with my lunar lasers.
Okay, you will roll at disadvantage since they are under half cover.
So it would be 7.
A 7 misses. As you are sitting there, you see that these draggers are getting closer. You are going to rev your lunar speedster as it begins to roar, its lasers coming to life. And you, again, not being aware of the accuracy that you were planning on getting with these lasers, you shoot. And it, right where the tail is, both of the lasers will go on either side as it flies back, hitting the mountain behind in the background, as they will begin to continue going towards you. And then we'll go. Do you have anything else you want to do?
I'd like to move 2 more spaces up if I can. Like north. Yep.
Mhm.
Right there.
And what is your
That'd be
character
perfect.
feeling right now?
Well, I see everybody getting knocked off their bikes.
Mhm.
I just don't want that to happen to me, but I want to be able to help them since they're off their bikes. But I have to move myself away into cover to be able to assess the situation. So
Love it. And we'll go back to Draven.
In a fit of minor rage and annoyance, I will kick my bike and smack my hammer right down on the seat and leave it laying there and turn towards this massive creature that I watched looming towards me. I'm going to chuck the second hammer I have as hard as I can towards the leg to follow it up with a teleporting strike using my ultimate ability, and then also teleporting back to the bike.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Pop off, King. Go on.
Okay, so do I just need to roll a hit for my hammer?
Yep. Roll the hit for your hammer.
A 6.
6 misses.
Yeah, no shit. So,
But that doesn't
It's
affect
gonna
your
be that kind of
that
night,
doesn't
fellas.
affect your teleportability.
okay. So, I've then just teleported from my bike back to my bike and not done anything. So now I'm on my bike with my hammers in hand.
As you get up, dust yourself off in a fit of rage, you kick your bike like a child that has just fallen off with its training wheels for the first time. You will slam your hammer down on the seat, turn and look at the monstrosity in front of you, and realize it's fucking time. As you throw and you will teleport, begin to hit, you will remember that the tentacles are moving in directions that don't even make sense to the mind, as you will begin to hit and you will miss as it flies over you, and you will turn realizing that you have missed, and you will teleport back, straddling your bike, your hammers in hand, and then you will sheathe them. And it will go. Do you want to do anything else?
I'll create some space. So move probably towards the ocean, so diagonally to the right and up, yeah, all 150 feet over.
That was only 100 feet.
Okay, so one more to the right then.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
And you do
be next
so.
to my cleric.
Heal me, motherfucker. And it will pop off to Bria. Also, Draven, what is your character feeling right now?
Frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
Super frustrated that I can't touch this motherfucker, and I'm about to just throw some hammers at its face and walk up and bully it like nobody else's business. So,
Fair enough. And then we'll go to Bria.
I think I
guess-
want to move to the one right there in front of Draven. Yeah, in the water, but not completely leaving Jason all the way over there by himself.
I just want you guys to know, you guys are fucking geniuses.
why?
Besides me.
The water play was just fucking it.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and use my lasers again. because it worked for me last time.
Okay.
Got an 11 to hit.
Nope.
Yep, that's why it was so sad sounding.
As you realize that the draggers are getting closer, you maneuver your bike over the water, hoping that they cannot submerge themselves inside. You roar your bike up again, you fire the layers. Not as lucky this time, though, as the creature moving across the surface, its tentacles moving vicariously around. You will miss straight underneath the creature as they fly into the mountain below. And actually, I'm going to roll a dexterity saving throw for him and Velstrain. And they both fail. As the lasers hit the mountain below, the mountainside will explode in rubble. As the boulders fall down, it will rain down upon this creature and Veilstrain on the shoulder as they are getting pelted, and they will take damage upon that. You will then all hear a beep.
Sick.
Familiar beep.
Oh.
And you will all look down at your forearm as you will notice that your gauntlets have an incoming call. What do you do?
Hello? Who's there?
What you want?
What you want?
But does it tell you who's calling?
You would know that it's Victor.
Okay, yeah, no,
New
we don't
phone.
want to answer it because then he'll be able to.
I'm off this Brockus.
Hi guys. My radar is indicating some serious shit going down on level 1. Now, what's going on?
Well, Velstrain here. He's got a big ass motherfucker. And he's got 3 little ones. My neck's on fucking fire. Had my own bike land on me. Shit's going fucking south, man.
He brought out the squelcher, eh? You don't want to fuck with that, right? He'll get you pretty good. Do you guys see a mountain? Not the ones around you, a big one. One that's bigger than the rest.
Would that be 2? Is that the one on the right side or like the one near me?
You would have to roll something.
Up.
Roll a group perception check.
Okay.
As you will all start looking around in the midst of this battle.
14 for me.
8.
4.
Damn.
6 with a +5 modifier.
As you all look around, you see mountains on every damn side of you. All of them look taller than the rest. Each time you look around, you feel like the next one has gotten bigger. But in the very near northwest side, you think maybe that one's the tallest?
Like half in the screen.
You do not see it on the screen right now.
Okay.
I did that on purpose.
So
course you do.
past the crop circles, technically.
Yeah, you would look northwest, but you would it's not gonna be on your map. You're gonna have to use your mind of what you think it would look like at the moment.
But I never answered mine, so now I'm just frantically trying to figure out what everyone else is looking at.
Once one person answers the gauntlet, it is an
okay.
automatic
Everyone's
it's a
picks up.
group FaceTime.
Okay.
His face is on the screen. He can see you guys.
I just picture him looking like up at us and their noses and like
You got some boogers there. You might want to get that. Here, let me. No, I can't fucking get it.
I think the mountain right next to me is the tallest. I can't fucking tell, man.
You fucking bloke. Does anybody else fucking see a mountain? Look northwest. Everybody roll a group perception check. Again.
Again.
Roll at advantage.
Again.
10.
Again.
Roll advantage.
Yeah, roll at advantage. Everybody roll twice.
Oh, you want to know what I got at advantage? 4.
Damn it.
Advantage, I rolled a nat 20 plus 5.
Let's go, baby.
I rolled a 17.
Advantage.
So
Well, at
just,
least the
you
nat
just
20
roll it
can
twice.
do some
yeah,
shit.
just roll
roll
your
twice,
perception check. And yeah, it's disadvantage. You roll
Ew.
twice, give the lower number. Advantage, you roll twice, give the higher number.
Advantage 11, and then the other one was I want to say 7.
Bria, you look northwest, and almost something in the back of your mind, you feel something in one of your eyes, almost like a telescope maybe, and you look deeper and you will see a very large mountain looking structure, almost like a volcano, as it juts up, and it is, you can clear as day see that it is taller than the rest.
You know what else I pictured? You know, in like Beckett's games when he needs help, it like highlights it. Like this one.
Yeah.
Ding!
Exactly. That is what you will see. Nobody else sees it, just Bria.
And it's like way far away.
Yeah.
So then I'm like trying to point to everyone. Over.
Look, a pterodactyl.
Over there, yeah. See it back there?
Okay. Way to make fun of me.
They're all just kind of staring at me.
So, please tell me you see it before you all get fucked by these guys.
Yes, way back there.
No, we're doomed.
Got a little bit of a shimmer.
Perfect. Try not to fight them anymore. Hop on your bikes and head towards that fucking volcano. And when you get there, I know this is gonna sound absolutely fucking ridiculous. You jump right into the mouth of that thing. And almost as he says this, the ground will begin shaking.
Yep, time to go.
The landscape below you, the pebbles that are on the ground will begin to rattle, some bouncing around like skipping rocks on a pond. The mountains around you themselves will look like they're almost shivering. The draggers will get popped out of where they were digging, and they will lay upon the surface like they were jutted out. And then you will hear a monstrosity of an explosion as the northwest mountain, all of you will be able to see it very clearly now, as what appears to be lava will erupt from the top of it, raining down, as you will see what looks like magma running down the sides of it now. Well, I would say that's a good indicator to get the fuck out of there. Head towards it. I know it looks fucked. Trust me. Jump into the mouth of that thing. Please.
Into the fucking lava.
Alright,
Yeah.
well, I'd rather have a lava bath.
Into the fucking lava, mate. If you throttle as hard as you can, you might be able to make it before that squelcher picks up to you. Just remember, stay alert. The thing's fast. Get going. As I will now show you, this is where you're going.
Brother.
How the fuck did they miss that one?
I don't know.
My eyes don't work so good.
Nobody's do.
I'm kind of behind like a little small mountain.
The
little
Draggers
bit.
are completely on the ground, on the side, on their back. They look like they're completely out of the fight, by the way. They were completely expelled from the ground below, popped up and fell down. They look like they're almost concussed. From
Like
what
the Roadrunner every time the thing falls on him.
Perfect. And then, what are you guys thinking about doing?
I mean, I'm just gonna
Head towards the.
Yeah, I'm gonna head towards.
Because we're gonna dip the fuck
big
out of
old
here.
mountain.
And I'm assuming you're gonna try and get back on your bike?
Yeah.
Perfect. In the distance, you all see it. The volcano. Molten lava surges from its mouth, spewing high into the sky, glowing a vivid, burning orange against the backdrop of the cold, black lunar void. The contrast is shocking. The stillness of space is with the violent eruption of fire and molten rock. Thick plumes of smoke and ash billow upward, swirling chaotically into space, while streaks of glowing magma cascade down the sides of the volcano in fiery rivers. Chunks of rock and debris are hurled from the mouth of this volcano, arching through the thin lunar atmosphere, leaving trails of glowing embers as they fall. And from your vantage point, it almost looks like the moon is bleeding fire. And the heat is beginning to hit you guys now, even at this distance. It's radiating almost through you, growing hotter by the second. And the volcano now dominates the horizon, a gargantuan, unpredictable force. Lava splashes and streams down. Its jagged slopes, the once ash-gray landscape, is now glowing with veins of molten orange and red. And the sky above it, though starless, in the vacuum of space, is painted with fiery light of the eruption. It's as if the very fabric of this alien world is beginning to tear apart, and you feel like there's not a lot of time left.
Yep.
You know, spin your bike out and head on up.
Yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I'm getting the fuck out.
Okay.
As I'm listening to Katy Perry.
Can I see anything or any kind of reaction from the giant monster behind us?
Roll a perception check.
All of us?
Just Draven.
2.
Well, you need to
Nope.
stop rolling.
You see no change. He looks as mean as he did before.
Yeah, they can see you.
I actually, before I get away, I would like to just tell Velstrain, hey man, I just like want to tell him like maybe we should postpone this fight for another time, as you know your what are those things called again?
Squelcher?
Draggers.
Oh, the draggers? Yeah.
The draggers got popped out of the ground and they do not look like they're ready to fight. I just want to like try to persuade him to like maybe in the circumstances we should maybe postpone.
You can roll a persuasion check.
I'm gonna take a little bit of a different approach.
14.
He's gonna start throwing hammers.
14.
Ah!
Oh,
Get
what
the
were
fuck
you
up,
going to
bitch.
do before I say what I'm going to say, Zach?
I'm gonna egg him on. I'm gonna tell him to chase us. I'm leading that big ass bitch to this fucking lava riddled mountain. All right, if I'm dying, he's dying with me. I may not have a 13th reason yet, but I sure as shit do have a death wish. So
No. I'm not going to chase you. No. I'm done. I'm good. My squelcher? Oh, he's going to keep going. And he snaps his fingers and vanishes, as the squelcher remains where it stood, and Velstrain is nowhere to be found.
oh, sick.
Let's see.
And you guys are on your bikes now?
Yep.
Yep.
Are you turning and burning?
Mm-hmm.
Turn and burn.
Cool. As you race closer, the ground beneath your cycle rumbles more violently, each tremor threatening to throw you off course. Rocks crumble around you, and small geysers of steam begin to erupt from the cracks forming in the ground. And the canyon narrows further, the heat growing more intense as you get closer to this volcano's base. In the distance, the volcano's mouth, a jagged crater rim illuminated by the lava bubbling inside. But as terrifying as it is, Victor told you to do this, and you trust him. There is no other way. As you are riding through, what are you feeling at this moment?
Fear, adrenaline, a little bit of excitement since I'm a barbarian. You know, I got to fight a little bit.
Probably also adrenaline. God damn, my English is not ready for me. It's in my brain is going faster than I can talk. No, it's the relief because Veilstrain is gone. His puppets are manageable, but him himself seems like he can, like snap his finger just like he disappears.
I don't know, that tall motherfucker chasing us. That's still fucking scary.
We'll see if Draven can throw his hammers.
What am I doing? Hammers?
What are you,
hammers some shit.
what are you feeling in this moment? Dad? What are you feeling right
Me?
now? Yeah. Yeah. What's your character feeling right now?
It hasn't changed.
You still frustrated?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't see anything. I can't hit anything. I seemingly can't stay on a fucking bike. All right. I can't do anything. All right. I'm just here. I'm about to give up.
Okay.
All right. We're chalking up the reasons. We're getting close to that 13. Okay.
Bria, how are you feeling?
Wishing the Squelcher left as well, and just hoping we can make it there.
Okay. As you are moving, what is as on the map of what we showed your positions, it would be Jacob, Draven, Bria, and then Jason. That would be the order of which we are going. Is that the order we are staying in as you drive through?
Yeah, I mean, for me, because I'm like super far behind.
I would assume you guys could ride in a fucking square for all I care, but I just want to make sure. As you all are riding, the Squelcher is gaining, it feels. All of you see this. On your right side, you see a lava pit that has appeared that is geysering. I want you to think like not Niagara Falls. The national park, what are those geysers that like shoot water?
Oh, like the...
They're geysers.
They're just water geysers?
Geysers.
I didn't know if they were called anything cool.
Yeah,
that's what
geysers.
they're called. Yeah.
I want you to think
You gotta be so confused.
I want you to think of that, but it's just lava that is shooting out of it on your right side. And over onto your left side, you see jagged rocks that creep up about 50 feet. And at the very top, you see almost another geyser, but it looks like it's about to burst. And this thing is closing on you. What do you do?
The Squelcher's closing on us?
Mm-hmm. You have a straight path. You were like right in between these two natural occurrences. And the Squelcher's at your back.
Fucking turn around and keep on going.
Well, you're still going. You haven't turned around.
Is it just whoever right now wants to do
whatever you guys want to do? This thing is gaining on you. You are still about a quarter mile away from the base of this volcano.
I'm gonna press
how
the
fast
button.
is that geyser growing?
The geyser is about it's shooting up probably about 300 feet.
Does it keep going or is it stopping?
No, it's stopping and like fountaining out of the sides.
Okay.
So it's like raining magma around it for like probably 20 feet.
It's raining magma.
It looks like a fireworks shower.
Okay.
Hide behind it and hope that thing fucking walks through it.
No, I want to press my button and have confetti Try
Okay.
to like, if it can, like get in his face, like where like maybe a few get into his eyes, and maybe he's gonna walk right to the geyser.
God. Roll
It says I don't know.
I don't know what to fucking do. Damn it!
No, he.
roll an intimidation check.
Intimidation. All right.
That or a performance.
I'll do intimidation just because I have a +1. Nat fucking 20, baby. Let's go.
Of course. Congratulations, by the way. Congratulations.
Thank you.
With a natural 20, you will be in the back of this line as you notice this thing is just about on your heels. You will look down as Katy Perry is blaring the loudest she has ever blared before, and you will push that bright rainbow colored button in the top right of your control panel, and you will push that thing.
Have some confetti.
And you say that as your tailpipe almost grows open more, and it almost cartoon looking will like grow, and it will shrink, and then and it will make a fun little clown noise, and it will shoot out everywhere as the squelcher behind you will be getting impacted by it. Its arms and its tentacles begin flaring away as it jots off course to the right, as it rams right into this magma fountain. As it goes into the rain portion and disappears into the middle of the geyser, and you guys continue to go. God damn it.
Let's fucking go, man.
Fucking
Nat 20.
You push your cycles to the limit, speeding up the last stretch of the rocky terrain as the volcano roars louder and louder. The ground beneath you is still trembling violently. It's throwing debris into the air. The mouth of the volcano yawns before them. A jagged, fiery pit that seems impossibly wide. Lava spews out from its center in rhythmic bursts, each one shaking the ground and sending plumes of hot ash skyward. The heat as you hit the base is almost unbearable now, waves of it rolling over you as you near the edge. The glow from the molten core reflects off the surface, turning your vision almost a vivid orange-red color. Ahead, the crater rim rises like a razor's edge, and the drop beyond it is borderline unfathomable. The entire landscape is cast in a surreal light, like the moon itself is about to tear itself apart. And you are right there at the very edge. Are you stopping at the top? What are we doing?
Oh, I'm just fucking full sending.
I'm stopping at the top. I'm taunting that big ass bitch. All right, I want him to follow us.
Well,
Okay.
Is he following us anymore or no?
Once he entered into the middle, you have not seen him yet. At this moment.
Ooh, okay.
That doesn't help me. Not seeing him is worse than seeing him. That's not a benefit.
I'm fucking just
You're sending it?
full on. I'm just fucking wheeling that bitch, just and then just gonna go fucking try to ramp up into the middle of it.
Everybody else sending it, or is Zach the only one stopping?
I just want to get to the top, like the very, like I want to be riding the edge.
The edge.
Oh,
So you can just like bloop.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Stop.
that's also.
Are
what
you
I would
able
like.
to see, or is it still no visibility?
just covered in ash.
You-
just
You
not
guys
seeing
can
shit.
like see. It feels like you're in a forest fire where you have very low visibility, but it's almost like a red hint to it. It feels like you're surrounded in a fog with a radius around you that you can kind of see. So once that thing disappeared into the magma, once you reach the distance where it was covered in the smoke, you don't see it anymore. But it looked pretty fucked whenever you went in there. But you don't know for sure.
Yeah, just
Yeah, so I'm gonna get to the top, and I'm gonna war cry. You know, I'm gonna bang my hammers together a little bit. You know, get some excitement, antagonizing it, trying to poke some holes. You big ugly bitch. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Taking it
this is
closer and
Kurt's
closer.
character from the last campaign.
And then Bria and Jacob, what are you guys doing right now?
I'm just kind of watching and
So you're
seeing if I can see anything.
You're stopping at the top as well.
Yeah, like right on the rim, so I can quickly just.
She's judging silently.
Yeah.
Jacob, what are you doing?
Nah, I'm just gonna go right in.
You're gonna send it?
Yep.
Cool. As you make your point to the top, you both stop. As Jacob fully sends it in front of you, and you feel a rush of wind as Jason just right off the ledge as they go beneath you. You both are standing there. You look down as they are falling, and all you see at the bottom is a gigantic pool of lava. It looks enormously deep and wide as you could ever believe, as you've never stood on top of a volcano before looking down. It is almost surreal. You feel fear and almost determined to jump, but also fearful of what could happen next. What are we doing? As you stop there, you hear nothing besides the lava below and all of the natural catastrophe that's happening around you. You do not hear any squelching or any movement other than them fully sending it.
Well,
I'm gonna take like one good last look around and then just.
Slowly just
Bloop.
Okay.
I'm gonna hang my hammers on my waist and give a look around and go, all right, pussy, since you didn't want to show up, and just backflop into it.
Okay. As you both blop in, you will need to both roll dexterity saving throws.
Fantastic.
I got
hate
a
it here.
9.
I hate it. I'm about to give up. I got an 8.
8 and a 9. With an 8 and a 9, as you slowly roll yourselves off the edge, 2 tentacles come up out of the
I'm middle fingers out right now, by
out
the way.
of the out of the darkness, and they wrap around you as your bikes fall into the lava. You then see the Squelcher's gigantic body fly above you. What do you do?
Finally.
Can I do a cantrip?
Yeah.
Okay, so you need to roll a Constitution saving throw.
$13.
Well, the hit DC was 13, so does that mean it hits?
That means a pass.
Huh?
That means a pass, yeah.
You passed? Like it hit or it did not?
It did not hit whatever it was.
Oh, well then never mind. Doesn't fucking matter.
I'm obviously still middle fingers out at this thing. Just looking at it and just like, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna make my day worse? All right, it's going pretty bad. So why don't you fucking skip to the beat and figure your shit out? All right, before I walk up there and bully you into a suicide note. Listen here, motherfucker. I am sick of your shit.
As it begins to almost shatter, you feel its tentacles almost loosen, but it pulls you in closer. And I need you to think of yourself inches away from this really large skeleton face, hollowed eyes, long, an elongated skull. As it pulls you right in, its eyes will light with fire, almost, it looks. As you look in, Draven, you will see yourself. You are not wrapped in a tentacle anymore. You are in pitch blackness. As you look around, the blackness starts to fade, and you look to your right and you see Veilstrain. And he will look at you. Go attack them. What are you doing? You're my lieutenant after all. As you will notice that you don not your hammers anymore. You don 2 blades. Your armor is now a heated red, like his cloak. And you realize that you feel like you've been turned, corrupted almost. Bria, you will awake in a very similar way as a pool of black feels like you're surrounded by. As it slowly starts to fade, as you are back in your human form, you're no longer tall or this sleek character that you're wielding now. You feel very small. You look around. There's no pictures on the wall. There's nobody around. A very small, quaint studio apartment you feel like you're in. You feel lonely. You feel as if you can't even fathom this life. You feel alone, lost, like you've never found anything that you deserve. And your blackness will fade back, and you will snap back into the tendrils of this creature. It will lean close to you. It will feel like a whisper. All you will hear, when, and it chucks you into the lava. As you are all falling, you two specifically already going one by one, your cycles will push towards the edge, the molten core of the volcano looming directly below. You hit the crater rim at full speed, your cycle launching into the air with a sudden jolt. Time seems to slow as you guys hang mid-air for a moment, suspended above this inferno. The volcano's mouth is a gaping chasm of swirling lava and rock, a deadly abyss that stretches out beneath them like a living, breathing entity. Your heart pounding in your chest as the heat intensifies the glow of the lava, blinding for a moment. Then gravity takes hold, pulling you downward into the mouth of the volcano. You fall, and the roar of the eruption deafening around you, the flames licking at your cycles as you descend. As you go, your only hope is that whatever lies beneath the surface of this volatile world will somehow save you. That the virtual world has some hidden path, some secret escape buried beneath. As you all are plummeting, obviously you two plummeted first, that was more of your description. Draven and Bria, you will feel kind of the same, except obviously you've been thrown, you haven't just yeeted yourself.
Like a free fall.
You two have been stricken by almost what you would consider your worst fear. But you two have been thrown, you two on the cycles have already been thrown in, and you're just plummeting towards, and all you hit, or right when you hit, I need to know, what are you guys thinking as you're like plummeting towards? Like, what's on your mind?
Kind of like peace and serenity. Kind of, I'm just listening to Katy Perry. Not a care in the world. I'm just free falling, because I'm free falling. But just listen to Katy Perry. I was like, I'm just jamming out. Just close my eyes, just jamming. Got my finger going.
Vibes. And you hit the lava. Jacob, what are you feeling?
I really wish I had that cake earlier that I told him I had.
Fair enough. And you've hit the lava. Draven, what are you feeling?
I'm trying to more or less gaslight myself into convincing that it was just a dream and that I'm not actually like corruptible, let alone have any kind of persuaded thoughts in my head. So just false confidence, trying to rebuild the image that I have of myself. I'm thinking about those kind of destructive moments that I just experienced.
And you submerge into the lava. Bria, what are you feeling?
She's just kind of like in her head thinking about that like fear experience. Very unsure, just kind of almost completely unaware that she's just free falling. She's just so wrapped up in her head.
Okay. And you also submerge into the lava. The moment your bodies make contact with the lava, an unbearable wave of heat sears through you. The pain is intense, all-consuming, like your very essence is being scorched, twisted by the fire. It's an agony so profound that for an instant, you all think this is the end. But as quickly as the pain surges through you, everything goes black. You feel weightless, suspended in a void. The sound of the erupting volcano and the crackling fire is completely gone, banished, silence. It's as if time itself has stopped, leaving you floating in a realm between life and death, reality and the game. Your senses are dulled, concussed, but you feel yourself being pulled forward by some invisible force, drawing you into the unknown. And then, without warning, the blackness lifts.